Today's shout out goes out to Samaj Sellers. Hopefully, I did not butcher that. Anyway, shout out to you, man. Facts indeed. Man, this video made a lot of my friends mad, but hey, the truth hurts. But yeah, shout out goes out to you, man. Keep it pushing. Alright, so I've been putting off this video for a very long time, obviously. And I didn't want to make this video because Injustice is one of my favorite comic book series. It's one of my favorite game series. It's one of my favorite anything. The lore behind it, the universe that was established, everything about it was perfect and, well, honestly, good media. It was like DC's Game of Thrones. They pulled no punches. Everything was on the table. And I look at this movie and I see completely everything wrong with modern media. Soulless, thoughtless, and just not caring about the fans who they trying to pull in. Like, I don't understand. This could have been a franchise starter. I believe, there was one YouTuber in particular that said this perfectly. I can't think of it at the moment. But it's just like everything they said about this movie was true. Because I saw this movie myself, you know. I had time to digest what happened. And honestly, the entire time I was putting off recording this video, I was just speechless. Like, I knew my thoughts, but I didn't want to say it out loud because I love this series. And everything about this movie showed me that they didn't plan on continuing it. They didn't plan on having any real sauce put into this project. You know, everything was either just a glorified cameo or a wink and a nod to greater things or to something done better in the comics or the games. And it just makes me mad because it's letting me know right away that we're not going to see any evil Batman. We're not going to see any Lantern Lobo. We're not going to see anything from the comic books that matter. We're not going to see Blue Beetle's arc. We're not going to see, we're not going to see anything that we wanted to see. And the thing is, it's ridiculous. And you can make an argument about, oh, they did some woke stuff. And honestly, they really didn't. The only thing that really was apparent was the fact that they took out Flash and replaced every substantial role that Flash had and gave it to Mr. Terrific. Same with Lex Luthor. That's the thing. We didn't get good guy Lex Luthor or secret spy insurgency Lex Luthor. We didn't see the Bizarro versus Superman. We're not getting anything substantial from this ever. And it's just, I don't know, because this was honestly one of the last hurrahs I had for DC. This was the last thing I expected them to just leave alone. Because like I said, this was their gold mine, or it could have been. This could have been a 7-movie arc. Just based on the 5 years of Injustice alone, and even the prequels with the Justice Society, they could have done so much with this project, but instead they decided to go the easy way out and do their own thing. They Rian Johnson the hell out of this movie franchise, or what could have been a movie franchise. They wanted to do a one and done and get everything out the way in one movie. They crammed all of that content or potential content, see how I have to keep saying that, into one movie. And the worst part is they changed so many aspects of the story that made it interesting. Like, Injustice as a whole, it just hurt. Like, for the moments that did hit, they hit, but it just made me remember that this movie will be different, unfortunately. Like, there's not that many people talking about it right now, and I get it. At least from my perspective, I get why no one's talking about it. What's to talk about? Everything we wanted from this movie, none of us got. I can safely say that a lot of us who came to this movie expecting a full-on adaptation of Injustice, or at least something similar. But honestly, what do you expect? Honestly, what does any of us expect out of DC, out of Marvel at this point, when they're willing to put out such garbage like this? Like, did any Injustice fan exist in the board meeting? Did any Young Justice fan exist in the character design department? Did any Young Justice fan exist in the process of making this movie and thought to himself, no, it's always been about $1. They never cared about us as the fans. To the people who put them in the position that they are, over years of great storytelling, years of money, fans invested into this. Like, it's so bad that I'm literally using Injustice game clips on the screen because it's better than using the movie's own material. This breaks my heart as a DC fan because this was the one thing I wanted to stay the same. The one thing I wanted to have no studio meddling, to have no unnecessary choices and unnecessary censorship. Like, no Shazam arc either. We get nothing. We get nothing. Nothing at all. We get this cookie cutter version that no one asked for. We get the sympathetic character that no one asked for in Superman. Because yes, Injustice Superman, of course he has reasons for his actions, and yes, those reasons are very valid to him, at least, of what Superman's going through. Like this, like everything he did was to make sure that no one could ever go through what he went through. And I look at this story and I don't feel that, you know? It feels like another excuse to just make Superman evil. But guess what? Injustice didn't feel like that. This felt like a grieving man. A man who has lost everything and everyone he has cared about. And continues to lose people based on his actions he feels is helping them. And I just didn't feel that same conflict in this movie. Like, of course, Injustice is bloody. And it's pretty much Batman v Superman on steroids. But everything about those stories, everything that gave it the heart, it was ripped away from this movie. Everything that mattered about Injustice was ripped away from this movie. Do you understand? Like, they pushed everything away for the sake of telling their... Like, they had all of the blueprints for a perfect franchise, and it was already made for them. All they had to do was just adapt what already existed in the comic books. Like, when it comes to animation, just keep it... Like, I don't understand making different decisions. Like, I'm really trying to understand the point of changing this story of all stories. Like I said, this was the Game of Thrones of freaking storytelling. At this point, I might as well just rewatch Comic Historians videos because they have a much satisfying way of telling this story, and you felt the heart in it when it was just a guy screaming into the microphone. Other than these people who spent time, money, animating this, and for what? And for what? The bare minimum. So yeah, honestly, yeah, I'm not happy with this movie, obviously, as you can tell. And I really didn't want to make this video, if I'm being honest, but I had to. Because I just had to. So if you, I don't even know, like this movie, just let me know what you liked about it. If you didn't like this movie, please let me know. We have to discuss. All in all, my thoughts on this movie, if I had to give it a ranking, sadly, I'm giving it a 4 out of 10. Like, at least some of the parts were good, but it was nowhere near enough to save this ranking or to save this video. This movie just broke me, honestly. I expected more, I needed more, and we should have gotten more, but we didn't. Goodbye, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff, and I'm gonna get my next video out probably somewhere sooner, whenever you're seeing this one. Peace out.